Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. I'm going to be covering a huge big case. I'm hoping to record the video tomorrow, but there's been a couple other things that have come up this weekend, and this one really bothers me. This is regarding an Oklahoma judge who decided to use her cell phone to text and constantly throughout a murder trial. I'm going to play some of this raw footage that the Oklahoman got a hold of that was taken in the courtroom. Obviously, the jury is blurred out. The judge you'll see here at the bottom of the screen. And if you keep watch of her, you'll see that she continually pulls out her cell phone. And I'm going to go over some of the things she was texting and saying while she should have been paying attention to the trial, which is her job as a judge. All right, so right now there is a witness on the right there in the witness box, and it looks like right now she is taking notes. But like I said, keep an eye on the judge throughout. There's her cell phone in her hand right there. So let me give you more background on this. An Oklahoma Supreme Court justice wants a Lincoln County judge off of the bench after an investigation found 500 text messages sent to her bailiff during her first murder trial and possibly her last. 500 text messages during a trial. A murder trial, mind you. And I agree, this is probably going to be her last. I'm feeling her career as a judge is over at this point. The alleged text messages appear to be making fun of the prosecutors, witnesses, as well as the jurors. Like I said, it's a very bad look and behavior unbecoming of a judge. As first reported by the Oklahoman, they are the ones who broke this entire story, which is being reported all over. Oklahoma Supreme Court Chief Justice John Kane said he wants Lincoln County Judge Traci Soderstrom taken off of the bench, and there's a full petition that you can find, and I will link to that as well, regarding getting her off of the bench. Chief Kane stated that Soderstrom, 50, texted her bailiff, Angela Miller, during the June trial of a 2-year-old beaten to death in 2018. So not only is she doing all these horrific things during a murder trial, this is a murder trial for a 2-year-old. For a 2-year-old. Kane said Judge Soderstrom seemed to have her mind made up, believing the boyfriend of the child's mother was innocent. So she kind of basically came in there and she says, I already know what's going on. I'm going to do whatever the heck I want during this murder trial and, whatever. The judge texted her bailiff that the prosecutors, quote, just couldn't accept that a mom could kill their kid, so they went after the next person available, unquote. The judge added, quote, can I please scream? Liar, liar, unquote. The text messages also appear to be mocking prosecutors, asking, quote, why does he have baby hands? They are so weird looking, while adding he was sweating through his coat. So inappropriate. Really. The judge also allegedly made crass comments about one of the prosecutor's genitals. In other messages, they allegedly accused witnesses of not having teeth, being constipated, and a juror of wearing a wig. So her issues just don't stop with the prosecution. Go through the witnesses and as well as the jury. The jury. Meanwhile, Soderstrom allegedly called a testifying officer, quote, pretty, and told Bailiff Miller, quote, "I could look at him all day," unquote. Yeah, that's professional, Judge. That's uncalled for. The judge also described the defense attorney as, quote, "awesome," unquote, asking, quote, "can I clap for her," unquote. Yeah. Chief Kane's harshest criticism is the judge's apparent influence on the trial's outcome, never giving the jurors an opportunity to consider second-degree murder. They ultimately handed down a manslaughter conviction and recommended he be released with time served. The child's mother is currently serving a 25-year sentence for enabling child abuse. After the trial, a video of Judge Soderstrom on her phone was leaked to the media, which it should be. This is uncalled for. This judge needs to be removed immediately from the bench. She then had cameras moved away, then put back, but asked for black privacy boxes to be put over her desk. Yeah, because she doesn't want anybody to know that she's doing things that she's not supposed to be doing. They're able to zoom in on her handwriting on the bench. Traci Soderstrom, Judge Soderstrom's attorney, told News 4 in August. "That's not possible," said Sheriff Charlie Doherty. During an August meeting, the county commissioners voted to remove the privacy boxes. And so at this point, we are waiting for the investigation. And let me actually go through a bit of these text messages here. It's just, I'm appalled. I'm appalled. Our justice system is supposed to be, it's supposed to be fair. We're supposed to have professional judges and attorneys, and we've seen some defense attorneys that are questionable. We've even seen some prosecutors, state DAs that have been maybe not up to par in certain things, but a judge, talk about uncalled for. So here's some of there's like quite a number of pages telling, basically listing all these things that she's being accused of. While the district attorney was addressing jurors during voir dire, respondent texted he was sweating through his coat, to which the bailiff responded, "Yes, it's gross. He's gross and a horrible speaker." Another one, regarding the assistant district attorney, the respondent commented that they're going to hate him, referring to the jury as they. The bailiff responded, "Absolutely, he's an arrogant," redacted. The bailiff then made a crass and demeaning reference to the prosecuting attorney's genitals, to which the respondent replied with a ha ha icon. The DA made a reference to a BLT sandwich, and the bailiff remarked that the defense attorney threw his bit analogy back at him. The respondent replied, "Trash," with various emojis to reference trash and a BLT. At no time did these exchanges did the respondent admonish her bailiff not to discuss the attorneys appearing before the court in such an inappropriate way. Instead, the respondent joined in on the commentary by again referencing the DA's appearance and stating, "Why does he have baby hands? They are so weird looking." The bailiff replied, "I was told they were tiny. LOL. Conversely, when the defense attorney addressed the jury during voir dire, the respondent remarked, "She's awesome." The bailiff responded, "Yup, and she's so smart." Following voir dire, the judge sought to swear in the jurors and the state objected, again requesting a ruling on Dr. Brown's ability to testify and noting the state would lose its right to an appeal and double jeopardy would attach once the jurors were sworn in. The ADA said he thought all the parties agreed the matters would be taken up before the jury was sworn in. The respondent overruled the state's objection and swore in the jury. The Daubert hearing was held 2 days after the jury was sworn, and the respondent sustained that the Daubert motion and Dr. Brown was not allowed to testify. During opening arguments, the respondent continued to praise the defense attorney by texting her bailiff, Can I clap for her? Yeah. Referencing the DA's office, the respondent noted they are not used to going up against competent attorneys, implicitly dismissing the capabilities of the state's attorneys and defense bar. When the DA began to question witnesses, the bailiff texted, "He's horrible," which the respondent replied, "True." The bailiff replied, "Sucks." While a video was played to a witness on the stand, the respondent remarked to the bailiff, "This is blank boring." Ha. Wow. I mean, what is this judge from high school? How did she get on the bench? That's what I want to know. While an interview was played, the bailiff mistakenly thought it was a video the state had previously lost. Respondent texted, "They didn't lose this one, but they should have." The bailiff replied, "It doesn't help the state at all," to which the respondent affirmed by texting, "Nope." Later, the respondent texted, "State just couldn't accept that the mom could kill their kids, so that they went after the next person available," evidencing her opinion about the defendant's innocence. I'll tell you what, this judge is just, I can't imagine. This is not a slap on the wrist. This is not a slap on the wrist. This is pages and pages. A few more. The respondent later texted, "This is dumb," during the state's direct examination of a witness. And her bailiff replied, "I just hope the jury doesn't buy his blank." The respondent commented, "He looks constipated." And is that the O blank look? The judge and a bailiff referred to the co-defendant, who was to appear as a witness, as a liar at least 3 times while she's on the stand. The respondent spent the majority of the co-defendant's testimony on her phone, texting comments like, "Can I please scream, liar, liar?" When a police officer took the stand, the respondent texted, "He's pretty. I could look at him all day." To which the bailiff replied, "Same, LOL." The respondent and bailiff also discussed whether one of the jurors is wearing a wig, with the respondent texting, "That's a wig. Look at her hair, look at that hairline." And later she texted, "Definitely wearing a wig." To which the bailiff responded, "OMG, LOL." They wondered if another witness had teeth, and the respondent texted, "No, star witness right there." Regarding another witness, the respondent questioned, why is she blinking uncontrollably? Later, the respondent offered her opinion to the bailiff that DNA excluded Marzelli on the bed. No way they're going to get guilty on murder. During the trial, the respondent approached Sergeant Kelly Coleman, Captain Chad Pavlik, and Detective Larry Stover in the hallway and stated that the co-defendant was not believable. She did not think the defendant would be found guilty of murder, and he would only be sentenced to credit for time served. She granted the defendant's request for additional jury instructions for manslaughter too. Yeah. There's just so many, many, many problems here. And the pages and pages of this complaint, I'm astonished. And again, that's not all of it. And just watch her. Again, I have to wonder how she made it this far in life. How did you make it this far, Judge? How did you make it this far? Because I hope at this point your ass is fired. And how disrespectful is it not only to the court, but to the fact that there was a 2-year-old murdered, and this is the behavior you give this victim? I mean, this is disgusting. Disgusting. She should be ashamed of herself. I don't know if they could put charges on her, but if they can, I hope they throw charges on her ass too. At the least, she deserves to be removed from the bench and lose her job. So I completely agree, and I really hope that they can remove her ass, and because apparently she's just too attached to that cell phone. Guess she just wants to sit at home and play with her cell phone all day. I mean, shameful and blatant disregard for the judicial system, no respect for anyone, and not only the, like I said, not only the attorneys or the witnesses, but they're making fun of the jury. Yeah. And I'm sure there's many judges out there who do an amazing job, and we've seen quite a number of them throughout these cases, and I'm sure that they would find this like appalling as well. This is just awful. Well, let me know what you think of all this in the comments. It's definitely one that had my mouth dropping open. I mean, it's bad enough if a judge texted a few times, but this is beyond. I mean, beyond. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.